everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lisa Douglass-Doe, and today I want to give you 3 tips to help you to strive to become a better leader. The first tip is embrace a learning mindset. And what I mean by that is a lot of us are afraid to fail, we are risk averse, and we won't go after things that we know that we deserve and we qualify for. So what happens is sometimes we won't even go after it, or even if we do go after it, let's say it's a promotion of some kind and you get denied, we're going to give you some action items, some tips that you can use today to help you get over it and get that next promotion. So I actually have a client who went up for promotion, and unfortunately she was denied the opportunity. And so the advice that I provided was, let's take a moment and reflect on why you didn't get that promotion. Was it some skills that you lacked? What is it that you could do better for the next time? So she took the time to research what types of courses, whether it's LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, things of that nature, where she can go ahead and learn what it is the gap was, and that will help her get the job in the future. The second thing is you have to ask for feedback. I know people don't like to get feedback. You're afraid of criticism, but I'm telling you, when you get that feedback, it helps you to move further ahead in the future. So when you gather that feedback, it helps you to learn where the gaps were, so that way you can address them head on, look in the mirror, see what the issue is, and go ahead and move forward. And I actually had this situation happen to me a couple of years ago. I'm in corporate America, and I thought I was killing it, right? But I didn't realize when I asked for feedback from one of my colleagues, he said, you know what, over the past couple of months, you seem to be a little like, you weren't leaning into the work, you were kind of skating. And sometimes we all skate a little bit when we know the job inside and out, right? And I took that feedback, and first I internalized it, and I was like, you know what? He's right. And what happened was, the reason why I was kind of skating along is because I was kind of bored in the role. And so I wasn't jumping in to help in certain areas that I know I could have done. So I appreciated the information that he provided to me, and it allowed me to kind of do a state change. I had to shake myself and be like, Lisa, what are you doing? You know that you can kill at this job. Don't let this be the reason why you can't be promoted for future opportunities. So I actually thanked that guy, because 3 months later, after that conversation, when I realized that I was kind of skating by, I started to change my approach. I was more into the work. I was asking to help on different projects, getting more visibility and opportunities. And guess what? 3 months later, an opportunity came my way, and I was able to interview for the role, and I got the job. But the good thing that I did after that, I reached out to that colleague, and I told him, hey, I just want to let you know, I just accepted a new role. I want to thank you for providing that honest feedback, because it allowed me to do some self-reflection in order to be better going forward. And he was really grateful for, he was actually happy for my success, and I thanked him for helping me to grow at the same time. So again, number 1 is having that learning mindset, realizing where you're open to accepting criticism, and if you happen to go through a failure, it's just a learning lesson. It's nothing bad. It's going to help you be better in the future, okay? Now, I talked about some action steps throughout. Set up a development plan on where you may see there's some gaps happening. It'll help you within your career to move forward. Also, feedback. That was the second thing within that learning mindset. And the third thing I want to talk about is really networking and mentorship. Whether it's in corporate America, the business world, your business, or even within a family setting, it's always important to network and find out where you can connect with others and really just be a fountain to help others, be a servant to them. And before you know it, someone will ask you, what is it that I can help you with in return? And you'll start to receive what you need in order to improve, okay? Now, the second thing I want to talk to, the second tip I have for you here, before we get to that tip, if this is providing you some value, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I have a whole series of videos right now that you can go back to and look at, and you don't want to miss the next one. So go ahead and hit that like and the subscribe button. And for those of you who are going for leadership roles, whether it's in your job or in your business, you want to be able to develop other leaders within your organization, go ahead and get the free leadership assessment that I have in the comments below, or just on my Stand Store. It's there. It's totally free. Now, The second tip I have for you is, I'm just checking my notes here. Oh, in the family setting, the second tip I have is active listening. Did you guys hear me? I said active listening. Let me tell you, this is so important. And I'm going to give you my own example of communication with my daughter. I actually have twins. And my daughter, when she turned like 13, 14, it was like this, guys. And I realized that I wasn't doing active listening. So what can we do? This is actually going to have better communication patterns that you can develop over time. Sometimes when you're communicating with when you're having conversations with people, it may seem like you're listening, but I know there's plenty of times, I don't have my cell phone in front of me, they're literally looking at you, having a conversation, and people are taking out their phones and like, yeah, I heard you. That's not active listening. I want you to really be present in the conversations that you're having with people, so that way they can feel like, wow, she really heard what I said and she's providing valuable feedback, okay? That was one of the issues that I was having at home with my own daughter. We both had to have technology detox days where I'm trying to have a conversation with her. She's not listening. She might have her headphones on. She's like, yeah, I heard you. I'm like, no. Put that down. We're going to turn it off and let's have a conversation. All right? So it's really important to be able to have active listening and be present when you're doing that with people. Okay? As another thing is, just on the teenager front, I'm just giving you my personal example. We have to have empathy for teenagers. I know we've all gone through it. We've said, oh, we just want to jump in there when they're maybe sharing an issue or challenge with us that they may have experienced at school or with their friends. I know for me, what I was doing, I was just jumping in trying to provide a solution. When really, she just wanted me to listen. She just wanted me to hear about it. She didn't want my opinion. So we have to just be able to sometimes be silent, listen, and let them tell us what it is that they want from us, and have an empathetic ear so that they can see that they can come to us at any time to be able to solve any issues. By the way, you can use empathy and active listening in the workplace as well. It's not just at home. Think about your coworkers. Sometimes if they feel like you're not really hearing what they're saying, or you're providing instructions, or they're giving you instructions and you're just disregarding what the request was and doing something totally different, you're not listening to them. In the workplace, you can also see how people are doing at home. I mean, ever since the COVID outbreak in 2020 and so on, people sometimes have mental things going on. There could be situations at home that are challenging. Just see how people are doing and really care. And I'm telling you, it goes a long way to be able to have a collaborative team in the workplace as well. So active listening was that second tip, okay? Now, here are some action steps of what you can do to improve that situation with your teenagers or in your family at home. One is schedule some quality time. I can tell you what I like is that my daughter Layla and I will actually go for walks. There's a nice park right by our house, and we'll actually, just the two of us, will take a walk. It's about a mile or so around the track, and we're having conversations about our day, not just asking, how was school today? Was it great? Yes or no? But really listening and asking, what more can you tell me? What happened with your friends? Tell me what happened at lunch today, things of that nature. And she's now interested in having conversations with me or sharing with me things that she may not have said a couple of years ago. All right? So schedule that quality time with your family member and really get to know them, and so they can start to confide in you more. The next thing I want to talk about is really asking those open-ended questions, which I just shared with you, instead of just getting yes/no answers back from people as well. And remember, active listening is important in the workplace. I actually had an experience with a manager a few years ago where we would all be on Zoom calls and things of that nature. And when we're having these conversations or other people are talking, the person wasn't listening. They were totally down on their phone the whole time while someone is doing a presentation. And it was really bad because other people in the organization was actually saying, wow, it doesn't matter if you're having a call with that person because they're not even paying attention anyway. And it really didn't look good for that person. So as a manager, you really want to make sure that you're focused, whether it's virtually or in person, because people want to make sure, ensure that you care what it is that they took the time to prepare as well. All right. And then the third tip that I have for you is act like the leader that you want to become. This was really big. I remember when I was a leader in network marketing, I remember that whenever I was ready to go to the next level, a lot of people would tell me, you know what, Lisa, you're already acting as that position anyway. And so people thought I was already in the role that I was going for. The same thing can happen for you in your workplace. Think about the next area that you want to go to, the next step up. Start acting, start taking on some of the responsibilities that you need to do in that next role now, and you'll be considered for that role sooner than you think. So I like to say the third tip is act as the leader that you're trying to become. And before you know it, you'll actually be in that role. So those are the 3 tips I have for you. One was learning. Wait, hold on. I wrote it down. Give me a second. Tip number 1 was learning mindset and learning from your failures and internalizing and reflecting on it. Number 2, active listening. And number 3, act as the leader that you want to become. All right. So that's really what I wanted to share with you all today. I'll be coming back with more videos on leadership and life and how they really are intertwined. But remember, before we log off, if this provided value, I really would welcome if you would like the video. Share it with some of the other leading ladies in your life who are also growing with you in your circle. Okay. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for listening today. Talk to you soon.